Howdy, folks. How is your guys' 4th of July going? Hope good. So I'm going to do this video, and this is going to be the guy that we start reviewing more, because he speaks a lot of misinformation. You probably just don't know, but so this is to educate. But he mentions in this video, I guess, that valve reliefs have something to do with oil pressure, which we've all touched on that base before. Then in the comments he goes on to say because 6 are flat tops and blah blah blah, and valve reliefs have to do with oil pressure because you don't have that much oil on the top of your pistons. Because the other 6 are flat tops, told that when you put the valve reliefs in there, that cuts down on oil pressure.
Wow.
Those are his exact words in the comment section.
So you put a piston in to cut down on oil pressure? That's not how that works, folks. Pistons has nothing to do with oil pressure.
So let's watch this video.
Well, it's Rich 220. I'm back again, folks. Here's the deal. For the past 2 days, I've been putting up with belligerent bullshit in my chat log. Okay?
Welcome to YouTube, buddy.
I have been on YouTube, let's see, about a year after YouTube started. Everybody else is taking off. But you ignorant, insufferable assholes that are putting nasty crap in my chat log are preventing me from moving on.
Okay.
And at this point,
look, that has nothing to do with growing or not growing. That has nothing to do with anything. Them putting stuff in your chat log has nothing to do with growth. My personal opinion on this is, if you don't get cocky with people and act arrogant and act like you know it all, then you'll grow. But if you're arrogant to your commenters and your subscribers and you like to berate them, then people are going to think you're an asshole and they're just going to click off. The reason why most people grow, like big time YouTubers, is because they're likable people. They're not arrogant. They don't act like they know it all. They don't berate you because you left a comment. Personality.
the next person that puts something derogatory in my chat log, you're being removed as a subscriber from me. Happy trails.
How do you do that one?
Okay?
Like, I want to know that one.
I am not here to put up with your childish bullshit and banter. If you want to do that crap and you want to play mentality of a 3-year-old, do it to somebody else. Go harass the fuck out of them. Okay? I have a lot of crap on my plate right now. More so than you have to deal with. And I sure as hell don't have time for your shit.
What does any of that have to do with the YouTube video?
The reason why I removed the video of the car running is because of this shit that you people are putting in my damn chat log.
Who
You don't
cares?
bother to ask nothing. You just fucking assume and act like a jackass towards me.
Okay, you've been on YouTube longer than me, but I'm going to explain how YouTube works. Comments gets video out there, whether it's good, bad, calling you fucking names, whatever it is. Those comments get your video out there further, along with likes.
Right.
That's how your videos get out there. So who the fuck cares what they have to say?
And
because they're watching.
I want to correct something. I heard a video a minute ago where they were talking to this guy, where he said he's what did he say? Thick skin, thin skin. How the fuck did he say? He said that
He's not thin-skinned. He just tells it how it is, basically.
Right. You are the definition of thin skin, buddy. I mean, the definition of thin skin is when somebody says something, it cuts right into you. If you was thick skinned, it wouldn't matter, and you would just move on.
Brush it off.
Yeah, you brush it off. So just try
If
to
you
help.
want to be like that, I would rather not have you as a subscriber.
Yeah, I mean, you worry about people making
The next
your
person
done
that
and
does
shit.
that will
Trying to
be
help.
removed by me as you being a subscriber. Period. Because I'm done with it.
You might want to pick your nose. You got a booger hanging out of it.
Man. I got a lot of crap on my plate.
You
I don't need shit from
you
you.
give people reason to fuck with you, man.
You are not donating anything to me. You're not
That's not what we're trying to do,
freaking sending me
give you some
money.
advice.
You're not sending parts to help me out in a tough spot. Okay? Only thing you're doing is giving me a bunch of shit. I don't need it.
Freedom of speech, guy. I mean,
your comments will be removed from me. You will be removed from me, and you will not be able to put a comment in there.
Aw.
So keep it up.
just so you know, when you
Car is
when
not
you
scrap,
do that, people
moron.
can still see your videos. I've heard you say,
I'm not
"I'm
going to
gonna
push it
you,"
to a
and you go-
junkyard.
They can
You
still
want
see
to
your
know why?
videos and
Because
just
the
get
parts
comments.
alone are worth more than scrap. That's how intelligent you are.
I think the guy was being a smartass. I don't think he really meant take it to a junkyard.
The reason why the car is running like crap is because you people want to hear it run. You don't give anybody time limit to do anything.
You know, and if you
So I'm
wouldn't
done
get
with
all
it.
worked up like this,
Car needs oil. The oil pan gasket is a piece of shit that's on there.
you know, people probably wouldn't
It's
fuck with you. so
broken in 15 different.
All right. Are they putting a gun to your head, and making you go out there and start the car?
hard. Right. I mean,
Are
a lot of these videos, I see you blaming everybody else for your follies and your fuck-ups. I mean, your problems.
they got your dog in there fucking zip tied to a bed and says if you don't go out there and start the car, we're gonna shoot your fucking poodle in the face? No. At the end of the day, buddy, take some fucking criticism and just be like, oh, I fucked up. I went there to start the car. I did that. Not, oh, that's why you don't have subs,
Fucking
man.
places.
It's because of that.
Little half circle
You're blaming your
on the
subs
in the
for
rear
your
of the oil
fuck-ups.
pan keep falling off and dropping in the oil pan because they don't
Buy a
have anything
one-piece
for me to
rubber
put on there
fucking oil pan
in
gasket.
place. So once those things fall into the oil pan, I get a gusher of oil coming out the back of the oil pan all over the pavement. And it's actually made it so the oil amount in the oil pan is either very low, nothing, or the viscosity is broken down to the point where if you were seeing me running it, you could see the smoke from the driver's side. Okay? That's because there's no lube. There's no oil getting up there.
So it's smoking because there's no oil getting up there. Not because there's too much oil. Your rings are shot and there's oil in the combustion chamber causing it to smoke like a diesel.
Patience of a wet mop.
And that's something else I want to point out. Wouldn't it to have the patience of a wet mop? Doesn't a wet mop take a long time to dry? So if you had the patience of a wet mop, wouldn't you have good patience? I don't know.
All the work that I've done on that car was while the car was up on a huge jack stand. And I did all the work on that engine while the engine was still in the car, attached to the bell housing and the transmission, and attached to
Why?
the engine mount.
It's simple as hell to pull the engine out. Why?
I did.
Why even do it like that?
Connecting
You
rod
just
bearings.
made it more difficult
The
on
only time
yourself.
I needed the shop manual was for me to find out what the foot-pounds was in order to torque them down to. Okay? Let's see. I did a timing chain and gears. Double roller and gears. We had a problem with the timing. I wasn't listening to anybody because I kept getting fluctuating stories.
You have Google. You say
Some
you have a
people would tell
manual.
me to
Why
put
wouldn't
the
you
top
do what
gear
you know?
To 6 p.m. and the bottom gear to 12, which is
Anybody
correct.
ever told this man?
And then the harmonic
If
is
somebody
supposed to
gives
be
you
at
advice,
top
you
dead
just take it,
center.
smile, and say thanks,
number
and
one
move on and
spark
do what you
plug,
know to do.
or the cylinders, whatever piston, is supposed to be all the way up. And the rotor is supposed to be pointed at number 1. Then I got fluctuating stories from people telling me to
That's
put
not just
the lower gear to 12
that's anything
and
with
the top gear to 12.
Basically.
That's not lining them up.
Everybody.
And they didn't say anything about the distributor. They said nothing about the piston. They said nothing about the spark plug, the compression, nothing at all. So I get fluctuating stories that I'm listening to morons.
Who cares?
Trying to kill my car.
Hold on, but they're
Trying to be nice.
Why wouldn't you double check it?
For what? No point in it.
They're your subscribers.
Then we
You
have
need
Ryan
them.
McGraw here talking all his shit because I got morons like that.
Without your subscribers, you're nothing. Without the views, you're nothing.
As far as
Just like his
YouTube.
little headliner thing that he knew everything about but knew jack shit about. Nolan, the reason
You talk to
why
people
the
with
car
fucking
was running like
respect.
shit is because there is no oil or very little oil
Not like you know it all, not like you know everything, and then when you fuck it up, want to blame everybody else
Not
for
because
it.
of the valves.
That's not how adults
Not
handle
because
business.
of a rod knock or anything else. There's no lube getting up there because there's nothing in the friggin' oil pan. Because we got insufferable people.
No
that
lube
think
getting
that it's
where?
gonna be done in
To
30 seconds.
your combustion chamber?
Do you know how long it takes to drop an oil pan, scrape every piece of gasket off the block and the pan,
An hour?
and put a new one on, let it sit and cure before you attach it back to the engine block? It sure as hell isn't 30 minutes.
Learn something every day.
You guys talk about me being stupid. I'm kind of wondering if it's actually not me and it's you.
See, there you go again. Why you're attacking your subscribers?
Nolan, if you remember, I had the, hold on a second.
He's finally gonna take care of that, buddy.
You always got a
You
booger?
remember, I actually had the compression
Nope,
problem.
it's still there.
Okay. What did I do? I put Marvel's Mr. Oil in the
It's
cylinders,
fucking
right?
nose,
But I
man.
only put them in 3 of them. I didn't put them in all of them. Then when I was out there constantly doing the compression test, that's when I was lubing everything else up.
So you're putting oil in the cylinder and then doing a compression test? Is that what you're saying?
Right now, I'm dealing with.
It's not how you do a compression
medical
test
insurance.
at
I'm
all.
Dealing with trying to get somebody to help me with the mortgage because I have no money coming in because of my congestive heart failure or respiratory heart failure, whatever the hell they call it.
What the fuck?
I'm
dude?
on water pills. In other words, my body is retaining water.
What?
Yeah, they put you on
My
furosemide or
leg,
something.
my stomach.
I'm confused.
Your
My
legs and your
lungs.
feet. I mean,
That's
I'm
why they call it
confused.
respiratory heart failure.
What the fuck
Okay?
does this have to do with
What I was
you
told
not being able
by
to
a
fucking
very
work
lucky
on your car or
person
not work on your car?
It's the second time I've been to the hospital in less than 3 years. First time was for a heart attack and a stent in my arteries.
yeah, I've been down that road.
Yeah,
What's that
I'm
got to do?
overweight now.
Hey, Dad.
What, bud?
How old were you when you had your stent, your first heart
I
attack?
was 35. I was 90% blocked when I woke the old lady up in the morning and said, hey, I don't feel right in the hospital. She told me lay down and go back to sleep, there's nothing wrong with me. If I listened to her, I wouldn't be here right now. In the
So,
hospital, I was 90% blocked. They rushed me in the ambulance to another hospital that could take care of me, and they put a stent in.
we all have our troubles, but what?
And I'm not, why you gotta pause? Listen, man. This is important, and this is to anybody that can hear this. If you are hyperglycemic, that does not necessarily mean you have type 2 diabetes. No, but that means you are on your way. That means if you do not go seek treatment and take medicine to treat that hyperglycemia, lose weight, get active, you will be type 2 diabetic within a matter of months.
My question is,
I mean, this is to you, guy. If you are hyperglycemic, buddy,
go see a doctor.
you have to take medicine for that. That means you have high blood sugar. That kills your organs, man. And you come back and say it's not your full shit. I'm a type 2 diabetic. I was told I was hyperglycemic when I was 20. I didn't listen, and by the time I was about 28. And by the time I was 30, I was type 2 diabetic insulin dependent. So you have to take the medicine. If you're truly hyperglycemic, dude, you're diabetic. Dude. There ain't no part. Not what's your weight and shit. There ain't no fucking.
I'm gonna get back in this, but I want to know. I'm confused on what any of what he's about to say has to do with working on a car.
And I don't even know if he mentions that in this video. I just want to put that out there. If anybody's watching these videos and he starts talking about you don't have to take medicine, yes, you do. If you're hyperglycemic, you need to see a doctor. Save your life. It's important. I can guarantee I know why this
Because
video
of this,
takes
my
minutes.
right leg
I
is
can
twice
tell
the
you right
size of
now.
my left leg. And no, I don't have elephantitis or any stupid crap like that. That's the reason why, when you seen me run the engine, when I had the video up before I removed it because of all the stupidity that was going on.
Why
That is the
you
reason
act like you're
why
punishing anybody by removing your
That's
own
the reason
content?
Why you seen
You're just
smoke
fucking yourself.
on the driver's side. If you were looking at the video closely enough, you would have seen that. There's no lube getting up there.
What are you talking about? Getting up
So,
where?
I'm not going to start any
Combustion
car.
chamber.
I'm not going to take any
You
advice
don't
from
want
people.
oil in your combustion chamber. It
You're
should
gonna say
never be in your
something
combustion
stupid
chamber, buddy. Ever,
in
ever,
order to
ever,
try
ever,
and get
ever.
me to do something from now on, in order to try and blow up my car or something like that, you're being removed. I don't want you as a subscriber. I don't care. Okay? It's not worth it to me.
I mean, you don't have the mentality to say thank you
You're not
and
paying
move
for
on
the
and do your
parts
own
for that
thing,
car.
be your own man,
I am. It's coming out of my pocket.
as it should.
Simply me. It's not coming from
It's your car.
YouTube with their 25 cents, whatever the hell, for content. I don't make it. I don't make that. I make nothing from
And if
YouTube.
you act like this, you're never going
And
to.
like I said, I'm not the sellout.
So, sellout.
Hold on.
For that car, I buy.
A
I
sellout,
I
if
paid
you're
for
a
it. Out of my own
sellout,
pocket. Okay?
I don't
Just like you
understand.
saw the fuel line.
So if you're doing YouTube, you're treating YouTube as a job. You shouldn't get paid for said job.
Brakes.
right.
I paid for those. You know how much
You being
that
an
was?
asshole makes
It's
you not a
almost
sellout.
$200.
You being an asshole to people
Just
makes you
for
not a
that.
sellout. That's not how it works, dude.
And that's without wheel cylinders, and that's without a
That just makes you an
master
asshole.
cylinder. You know how much the bearings were? Well, you have to shop around a little bit. I got them for $38, but there was shipping attached to it as well.
Yeah, because Still Power don't have that groove cut in them.
Jesus Christ. He went into home
Can't even
still
tell
and
you.
Federal Mogul, Still Power, Groove, no Groove.
Pistons,
I
I
mean,
think they were like $200. Let's see, the timing chain and the gear.
And you know what's sad? He has all 8 pistons
right.
with valve release.
Right. And
You're already there.
It's for $35.
you put one
a kit.
valve relief
And I
piston in your
had a hell
engine,
of a time
and
getting
one
Two.
of why you're having problems.
Because
He's want that
they were
two,
trying to tell me they don't
he
make
said.
it anymore.
But then says he only put in,
So I had to bring
he's got
the old
7
box
left.
in, run
Right.
the number in order to get
So would
the
you buy
number
8
on it.
pistons? I mean,
It's a
So
9
that's
fucking
35
cylinder
twice.
engine, didn't you
That's
know?
$70.
I'm just saying, I mean, and then I want to know,
let's
how
see,
did you hit your
points.
rod to remove the pin? I'll bet dollars and donuts,
Condenser,
you just grabbed the press,
distributor cap, wire,
grabbed the socket,
plug,
shoved it in the press on the 2x4, and just went to town, didn't you?
carburetor rebuild kits,
That's not the right way, dude.
sludge removal, oil cartridge, ignition keys, door keys, locks.
The car don't run right, but you're worried about
tires,
But
rims,
what
that
does
shit.
any of this have to do with anything?
primer,
It's your car. You
fabrics,
should have to do
recover
this. I mean,
door
what do
panels
you,
or make
I don't
door
understand what
panels,
he's saying.
kick
What's his
boards
point,
and little
Austin?
quarter glass pieces for the back behind
I
them.
guess as good as mine. Maybe somebody in the comments will tell us what the fuck the plan is.
Carpeting,
It costs money to put a
just
car together.
things in general, parts, labor, time, you know, that all
What is your
is a
time
factor
worth?
in it. It's not going to happen in 30 seconds.
I mean, are
people
you a
have
doctor,
this,
a lawyer, or something out here?
mentality
And time
that
is
things
actual
are going to
money?
be done in 30 seconds. And I'm going to be back on there uploading another video. That's not the way it works. That's not real time. I don't have videos stored up from 9 months ago. Okay?
Whose
I'm
fault's
doing
that,
videos
though?
As it happens. That's another thing that
And-
factor that none of the other YouTubers are
I
doing.
want to say something else.
Those people
Listen,
are having the
if
parts
this man
donated to them.
has already had a
People are
heart attack
being
and shit
helpful
put in.
to them.
The first fucking thing they tell you when you fucking get a stint is, look, you need to change your life. You need to get active. You need to lose weight. You need to move around.
Dad's back on the stint thing now.
Because the shit he says about health, like being hyperglycemic, it's bothering me. Because if some dingy fucker hears this dude and the doctor tells him hyperglycemic, he's gonna be like, well, I watched this dude and he says hyperglycemia don't mean shit. I don't have to treat that shit. If you cared about your life, you would lose that weight. You got a video where the dude says, I'm fucking fat, but I can't help it. Yes, you can. Being fat is 100% a treatable condition. 150 fucking percent.
Put the fork down.
Right, and I'm heavy set. I'm not saying that. I'm fat, whatever the fuck. But I've lost 100 fucking pounds, dude. That's on top of. I've lost 100 pounds
That's another thing
after I quit
that-
smoking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
His body, he wants to die early, let him
the
die
other
early.
YouTubers are doing. And those people are having the parts
Yeah, but
donated to them.
don't make it.
People are being helpful to them.
So,
Everything you people are
what's
doing
it
to
matter
me
that what
is raising
fucking
my
Joe
money,
Blow on
pissing me
YouTube
the hell off.
is having donated to him? So he's got subscribers that
Not
donate some
have you as a
parts.
subscriber. You could go. I don't need it.
You're sounding a little
I
jelly.
have no subscribers.
You do need it.
than
If
to
you
do
want
with
people
this
to
shit.
donate to you and shit, you need people to
Okay?
like you. And
This
being
is
like
not
this
the
is not
reason why I
making you
joined
likable.
YouTube. I did not put up my videos in order for you to sit there and mock, belittle, degrade, and do nothing but make fun of me.
To be clear, this is not to mock you or
I'm
make
not
fun
a
of you.
3-year-old
It's to
child,
educate.
and I'm not a 15-year-old child either. But if you want to walk around and act like you got the mentality of one, I don't want you on my channel. I really don't. If you're not going to be helpful, and you're not going to be constructive, then do me a favor. Go away. Or I'll remove
This
you.
is why you
Next
don't have
derogatory
followers.
or
This is why
fucked up thing that somebody
you're
says
you're on here
is gonna
whining.
be
Your
just
whole
that. You're going to
personality,
be
dude.
removed by
It's
me.
just, you should
And then
really
if
look
you
at it.
wonder
and
why
do
you
some
can't
research.
sit there and see a video, well, that's the reason why.
That don't work like
You
that.
wonder why you can't make a comment, well, that's the
That's the
reason
only thing they
why.
can't do. You can still see the
Because
video.
I'm not putting up with it anymore. I'm done.
In case you ain't figured that out by now.
So knowing the reason why the car is not running.
Good old
properly
Barry
sounds
blocked
like
me and I
shit
can still use
because
videos.
no oil, very little oil, or the viscosity is
No,
broke
it
down.
has nothing to do with
And,
oil.
the oil pan
Not a
gasket
fucking
needs to be
thing.
replaced. I need to find something that's going to keep them damn front and back pieces to that oil pan in place instead of them popping off and dropping into the oil pan.
One
It's the second
piece
time that's
oil pan gasket.
gaskets that they make are
Ooh, it's rubber.
Nobody this day and age
It's
would
like
do what he
taking a
did
piece of
anyway. They
paper
would not leave the motor in the car and talk about cleaning sludge. How did you clean the sludge out of your oil galley? If your battery's full of sludge and your heads are full of sludge, your oil galleys are full, passengers are full of
that's
sludge.
the problem
How'd you
there.
clean them?
Like I said, we had,
How'd you home the
we had the
engine?
same problem with when I had the compression tester in there. And we were only getting like 75 foot-pounds or whatever until I put the mystery oil in it. Found out the
Foot
plugs,
pounds?
but
Listen,
built up the
folks.
cylinders to where they needed to be.
If you put oil or something in your cylinder, you will have more compression.
Yeah.
Until the gas
Multiple
burns it
times I
out,
run the car,
and
this
then you're
time
back
it's
to where you
consumed
began. So
again
you never put oil in
because
your cylinders to try to check compression. That's not how it works. You want
you
to
guys
choose
already know. I've been
Not
in
a
the
false
hospital
reading.
for respiratory heart failure, I think. It's
You've said it 4 times, buddy. We understand. We were past that.
respiratory heart failure. Huh? No, I don't know what
And
the
at
such
work,
thing as that.
I have a
It would
job.
be congestive heart failure.
I'm not working now, but I do have a job, and when I'm better, I'll have to go back to work. I have to work for a living, people. I don't
So
have
you're
this
like
magic
all of us?
Everybody does,
turn the
buddy. I
clock
mean,
back and take off whenever the hell I damn well see fit. Yeah, I am 55 years old. Yeah, I am a senior now. But the thing is that I still have to work.
you're
for
not a
living.
senior until you're like 62.
Right up
dude.
till the day I die. I don't have that luxury. But I don't have people, like I said, you're not donating any.
Barry, it
It
said,
shouldn't be.
Nobody's helping me out with
Barry.
cars.
Grown up.
I asked months ago
Hey.
about Windows.
Barry has said some
I
fucking
asked
off the
about-
wall
there was
shit over the years,
something
but
else
he
I
has
was
never
asking
sounded
about
like this.
No,
This
this
like
I
this.
don't get any
This guy's
comments about
personality
anything to
is,
help.
is a lot worse than
I don't
Barry's.
get
I've never
anything
said.
about, location.
So, Barry, I gave you your props for today,
or
buddy.
Or something like that. No, the only thing I get is a bunch of sass and
You're more
bullshit
likable than this person.
and crap. And,
Man, that's what I mean. I bet you don't have many friends.
degrading
I
and-
bet you dollars and donuts you don't. Because if you, he's not the type of dude you could
And I
make
don't
fun
wanna
of.
deal
You
with
could,
it
you know,
anymore.
Teeth.
I'm
rib back
tired
and
of sitting
forth.
here
Right.
spending
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people just mouthing off to him, wanting him to mouth back, like
morons who
a
ain't
guy
got a
would
clue.
do. And he's taking the
Even
shit
if they
personal
went
to
to a
heart
bank,
with
took
his,
out a
with
loan and
his
bought
thin
one, it
skin.
wouldn't help them.
Mm.
Because they're still so freaking clueless, they're wandering around like a vegetable without a brain upstairs. You want to do that? Do me a favor. Leave. Leave. Go find somebody
I
else.
mean, you did
to
have one
harass.
subscriber
Because I got
unsubscribed
better shit
today,
to do with my
so.
time than wasted on the likes of you.
I mean, you should really
Same
check
with
yourself,
Brian
man.
Cabral.
If you want a YouTube
Brian
career, you
Cabral's
should be checking
been on
yourself.
my ass like he's done with
I mean-
Sanford. I don't know who Sanford is. I'm not subscribed to him. Okay? But I have done more work than Brian has done on a car. And there's video footage.
I mean, do
to
you
prove
own a
it.
sander? I mean, I'm just
So
curious.
Brian,
I
before
mean,
you go talking shit about
I ain't
somebody
being an asshole, but
and only assuming,
I've
and not
seen 5
knowing
videos of this
anything
dude
about
just
me,
standing there with
by
sandpaper.
not
Just,
seeing
Which
any of the videos.
maybe
that I've
later
done,
tonight we'll do a video on him, on his
that's
blocking.
not a,
How can you
oh,
sit there and talk
That-
shit
that-
about somebody?
they didn't even do that shit in the
The
20s,
information
man.
that I got about you
Don't you have a 2-operator liner in
is
there?
from your
Right, I mean,
viewers.
don't you have something to wrap that sandpaper around so you're
Because
not
they've
digging
already
trenches?
known
I
what
mean,
you're about. That's why they're not subscribed to you now. Because you don't tell the truth.
Does he have
You
more
tell
subscribers than this
falsified
guy?
information in
No.
order to
I
make
don't know.
yourself look good. You don't seem to realize that you're jeopardizing their actual credentials.
What? Hold on, dude. Stop right there. Your credentials
Who
should
they
speak
are
for
as a
your
human being.
work should speak for itself. It shouldn't
Because
matter
it's
what
shit.
anybody else says. Your work should
Just
speak
like
for
the
itself, and
headline.
it kind of does.
Oh, you admit that you're wrong. Well, why don't you do this? Before you start talking crap about somebody, take a look at the videos that I've done, pal.
I do got a question for you, buddy.
The head gas.
Why
sludge
the
removal,
pictures that you took all the cars that
valve
you've done,
replacement,
why are they all from 10
piston
feet away?
replacements. I have the
I was gonna say that
Pressure's
earlier,
right
but I
outside.
figured we went to that video.
I have
to do that.
I want to know, like,
still in the box.
if
See,
the
hold on. If you replace 2 pistons and you have 7 still in the box, did you buy 9 pistons? Or did you get an extra 5-shot piston? You said you replaced 2.
And his name is Gary.
Pistons come in a box of 8 usually.
It's not going to make that much of a difference.
So do you have 2 valve relief pistons in your engine or 1 valve relief?
Listen, you're missing. You're talking. You're missing your good parts.
Drop a little bit, but it's not going to make that much of a difference. Having 2 valve release pistons in there is not going to make it that big of a difference.
Fucking
Oil
A.
pressure will drop a little bit, but not enough.
It has nothing to do with oil pressure, dude. Not a goddamn thing. Your pistons has nothing to do with oil pressure. Not a fucking thing. Not a goddamn thing.
It's not a high compression engine.
Facts.
It's a 283 V8. It's not going to break any speed records.
Here's my
Sound
question.
barriers.
Okay. Why keep
Thing
it?
is, before
It's
you
a
sit there and make
283.
fun of somebody,
Why not go
make sure you have
327,
actual
350,
information, not
fucking
just hearsay
400?
that pops up in your feeble
You
mind.
want to talk about facts? Facts are pistons have nothing to do with oil
Because
pressure.
then you just look
Not a
stupid.
damn thing.
And you look
Oil
stupid
has nothing to do
by
with
doing the
compression.
thing with the
Right.
headline.
Vice versa.
Telling everybody that, well, you know, they usually use a piece of board and they glue fabric to it, and that's the way they made the headliners for cars. No, that's not the way they made them for every car. They made them for trucks like that. They did a lot of headliners like that later on. But in the 50s and the 60s, I think all the way up to the 70s,
No.
they made headliners.
70s, they would add a board.
Metal
Mid-
rods
70s.
that went from one
Yeah.
side.
Even
of the
71, 71,
They
72,
wound up going in
73,
a little
it has a
hole
board.
in order
Well,
to
not-
become secure.
Yeah, most of
There
them.
was no
I mean,
board up there or anything. The only thing that was even
and most trucks don't have headliners until you get into the 80s.
Yeah.
was the
I mean, that was like an add-on.
Yep.
stuff that they put on the roof. Mine still has it. I didn't buy
My
it.
83 Dodge D100
Left it up
or D150 don't have a headliner.
But that
Most
was
trucks
to
don't. That would be an
cut down
add-on.
the
That would
noise
be like
from
an
hearing
upgrade.
outside.
A RPC code or whatever you call the shit.
But there's a little slot on each side of where the doors are, the door framing. And it goes all the way to the back windshield. It goes all the way to the front windshield. When you get to the front
So
windshield,
the headliner goes
metal
all the way through the whole
pieces that
car.
go around the windshield
I mean,
that get screwed in. Well, they have to be pulled through.
does anybody
the other side
know
of
any
those
headliners that's just in the
metal
middle of the car?
pieces that are put in around the windshield. Mine are turquoise because I painted them. And then those screws have to poke through the fabric, and you have to actually screw them in order to keep the fabric taut.
Tight?
In other words, tight.
Tight?
Otherwise, it looks like it is when, you know, nothing is attached or nothing is put in place. Yeah, the rods are through on my oil, on my headliner. All the rods are in one end and out the other end. Yeah,
Your headliner
they're all
bows?
through the holes, but they still have to be adjusted, drooped down, because that's the way they had the headliner look. It wasn't a straight, tight fit. They were actually half looped
What?
from each rod going all the way back to the windshield. That's
Your
what
rods
gave it
have
its
something to
fancy
snap
look.
into when they go in your rip to keep it up.
Yep.
Otherwise, it just looks stupid. So those rods have to be drooped down.
You can go Google
Then you have the
72 and
dome
headliner
light
in
that's
it.
on the other side of that headlight.
They don't droop.
Okay.
What, you want the
Well,
motherfucker to
can't
rub it
see
on your head when you go down the road?
I know where it is. I have to get the dome before the dome light, you know, lens, and I have to put that back on. Then you'll see the dome light. Okay. I have to make these little pieces for the back of the headliner past the top of the windshield because they have to drop down on the side to the package tray. You know, the area where you have speakers in the back, behind the back seat, and carpeting or whatever.
What's that is, the
laid
car
back
could
there.
be a good candidate for a two-door
I have to make
swap.
these pieces in order to fit in there, in order to finish up the headline.
It'd be a
There's
perfect
lot of
candidate
work
because
when
the
it
doors
comes
are
to
wiped
working
out
on
on
a car
it.
like that, and you're dealing with everything. Not
Make it
just
worth a little
one
bit
or
more
two
money, too.
things.
More desirable.
You know, because I did metal fabrication on that car. I did primer and paint. Problem with the paint was is that I left the old stuff on there. Apparently, I didn't scuff it enough to get the paint to stick. So instead, what it's doing is it's cracking all over the damn place. So I have to
But
strip
there's
the
a
damn
hundred
car back
reasons you
down
could do it. I
again.
mean,
But this time,
did you
I'm
put
gonna
so much
strip it
hardener
down
in it? I mean,
Yeah, he
previous
used
paint
the
that was
spray can.
underneath and take it down
Huh?
to bare
We used
metal.
the spray can to paint that whole car.
Right.
That's a
the
rattle
difference.
can?
Rattle cans, yeah.
That's how you get a $20,000 paint job, which I would never pay for.
Rattle
I don't have the
cans.
money for it anyway.
So you can't mix hardeners. You
From
can't.
something that was like a fly-by-night paint job. Yeah, the paint job I did was real quick and real cheap and real chintzy. Even had people sitting there making fun of me talking about I was painting the door handles. There was blue painter's tape over those door handles. There was also blue painter's tape around those locks as well. But once I got done with the car and I wound up having problems or whatever, well, then I just got lazy and just started spraying everything that started peeling off.
There's paint on the doors. So what did they say that wasn't?
The freaking door locks and the door handles and shit like that. Some of the windows. But see, they make this great stuff. It's called steel wool. 000.
Don't you just hammer
There's no
some
soap.
dude
You're not
for
supposed to
spraying
use
over
soap.
everything without masking it off, though?
Yep.
And that works well for
Didn't he
windows.
hammer some
It
for that?
works wonders for
I can
steel
see yellow
trim.
back through the paint.
It
See,
works
that's what I'm
wonders for
talking
door
about.
locks
Hypocritical shit.
or anything else you get overspray paint on.
That's why
But you
people
don't
are
want
fucking
it
with you, buddy.
afterwards.
I mean,
Yeah, you
That
have
and
to
your-
do double
you got an
work,
attitude
but
problem.
The thing is
I
that
mean, and this is
it's
not to
still
fuck with you.
removable.
This is just to correct some shit you're saying is fucking wrong.
Let's see.
And he goes on to talk about
There
it
was
being
some
like
medium
anti, like
fabrication,
what word did he use?
Locating the parts.
Anxiety.
Some of the parts I
His
actually have
anxiety makes him have attitude. Listen, I'm very antisocial and I have anxiety.
corrected
That makes me
as
not want to be around
So
people.
in other words,
It-
the
New
it-
people, everything.
Anxiety can make you snap
supposed to be
off
gold.
and have that. I mean, it's not gonna make you.
Bel Airs
It can make you a
or the
butthole,
higher
but it's not gonna make
standard
you a
of the
constant asshole. You
They
know what
want
I
the
mean?
lowest standard.
And if he had a bad anxiety, he couldn't be doing this anyway. Like if it was.
If he had the dash that somebody cut up that I fixed.
That's being
I put the
thin-skinned.
Duke lock in
You're
there,
a very thin-skinned
Bel
man,
Air script,
and you care what other
the
people think.
radio.
Which that does have something to do with.
Somebody took the horn out too. Well, I have the OEM horns. Now all I need is the relay that goes under the horn cap. I have the relay box that goes out under the hood. But without that
Relay box
under
for
the
the horn?
cap, it's not going to
I
work.
think he means a horn.
So that's something I'm still trying to locate. I'm still trying to locate glass. And I'm trying to locate those door handle guards and new door
That's why when
handles.
you push the horn
The
on
ones that are on this car are pitted to hell.
eBay.
But like I said, as far as everything else goes, I made door panels. I'm redoing the back of the bottom seat. There's a picture of what they're going to look like when I'm done. It's going to take a while to get them there, but that's what they're going to look like.
Okay, I'm
Some
confused.
people, they take
Okay.
their time with it. It could be 6-7 years before I'm done with this car.
Ain't you going backwards
Okay.
though?
Or it
Shouldn't
could
you
be,
get the running gear
3
straight
to
and
5.
then worry about all that?
That's what I was going to point out. You
So
think
you're
Depends on how
Jordan?
much time I
you
have.
think you'd get the running gear
How much I
done,
have to buy parts.
then you would do interior,
Like I
and then
said,
you do
nobody
body
is
and paint.
donating anything. I'm not getting any like DD's
Body-
paint shop. He got a whole bunch of 57 light buckets and door trim and
The man has
Body trim
put
and all
put
this
his
other crap
dues
today.
in. He's a likable
didn't ask
dude. I
anything
mean,
for it.
man, they came after him for fucking taking
Somebody
the
just said
bumpers off
it
of
to him.
Danny's
Said
car.
3 boxes
I
filled
don't know if
with
he's joking or
57
not, but in that
bolts.
one video he said that they
57
basically gave him
57.
death threats for taking the
Nothing.
bumpers off her car, and he was joking about
What
it.
am
You know
I
what I mean?
people that are like that?
You don't think he takes shit? I mean, everybody
What do you
takes
see?
shit.
I mean, we have Renegade. He was really good.
Laugh at
David
yourself.
was a really good guy.
Right. I
He
mean,
sent me the tool there. We have Steve Duncan.
in order for them to mouth off, they had to watch your video.
I bet
That's
I
what
bet
you
he's the
want.
type of dude that if you were his
Oil
buddy,
filler tube.
kind of like Barry in a way. You stand in front of the car, wait till he's fucking starting and start tapping on the bumper, making it knock. Oh, I bet he'd be livid.
The
Or is it
attention
at the
that I
hood, you hit
get
the
is
fucking horn?
unwarranted.
Yeah.
I don't want the kind of
Yeah, you probably
attention
want
that I'm
that.
sitting there for hours trying to explain myself to morons who have a closed trapped
You're a
mind,
55-year-old man.
of
Why
a
are you
3-year-old.
explaining yourself anyway?
who antagonize people and have nothing better else to do with their time because that's all their life consists of. If you want to do that, like I said, from now on, I will just be removing you. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't need
So
you
you're
as
going
a
to stop them
subscriber.
from commenting.
And,
That's it.
as far as a live goes, somebody said that to me, JoJo, I didn't make a live. I didn't go live at all. And nobody here would ever subscribe to Brian Cabral's page. On an iPhone, I think it's the opposite of an Android phone. When I see
You do realize every time you say somebody's name, you are
somebody's
shouting
page
them
that
out.
I haven't
Right?
subscribed
You're
to,
sending your people over there to
the
check
word
him out.
subscribed is white, but the background and that circle that it goes in is black. And once you subscribe, it changes. The word subscribe changes from white to black, and the background is white. So, no, I don't have to subscribe to anybody. I can actually go on their page and see what the hell kind of crap
Same
they're
with
talking
you, though.
about.
That's the point.
With
I don't know about
the
y'all, but mine's white, and I have an Apple
BS page.
iPhone.
And I've already said to Brian in my video, I says, why don't you sit there and, you know, talk about your
Hey, buddy, bring your head down just a little bit.
or VFH, you know, stories, and put that on your page.
VTH,
Or
Veterans
if
Transition
you were
House.
indeed into
That's
service
what I was saying.
and you weren't trying to portray yourself off as Chris Bustamante, you know, taking credit for what he had done when he was in the service, because according to somebody on here, he was actually a Marine sergeant, and according to that person,
That's another
Brian
thing. Instead of
stole
taking somebody's word for something before you speak on
that
it, you
guy's
might
valor.
research it
So in
yourself.
other words,
You know, I mean that way you don't
whatever
look
he had
stupid
done
if
when
you're
he was in
wrong.
the service, okay, apparently from this person, Brian Cabral actually stole. I'm thinking it's probably credit for what this guy has done while he was in the service, this Chris Bustamante. But he was not only a Marine sergeant, but according to an internet search that I did, he was also a communications sergeant. And I think that means he was not just in the Marines, he was also in the war efforts on ground, because he's wearing fatigues that
So if you're in the Marines,
military
you can't
personnel
do
or,
ground,
you know,
be a
people
Marine.
fighting in the war would have worn. Backpack, a hard hat, you know, all that
Helmet.
shit.
Do you mean he was
And,
active duty?
They show him with
I
you know,
don't
one of
know
those big old boxes. The guy
What
was
you mean by
apparently
on the ground? I
67
don't.
years old. That much they did tell. But they also said that he was a communications sergeant. So if he was a Marine sergeant, then that might have been something else. But he had multiply done a couple things. And I don't know what the hell kind of investigation is underway or whatever, but apparently this guy and apparently Brian have got it tangled up in some kind of legal litigation. I don't know. That's what I'm getting from this one person that keeps.
So you're spreading
tell
rumors that you
Joe
don't know
Matt.
if it's true or not.
I think that's what his ID was when it came up. I actually subscribed to his
I
channel
wouldn't do
because
that.
I
That's
wanted to
another
find
thing.
out more, but
Probably
his
shouldn't
damn
do
name
things like
kept
that.
disappearing. So I was starting to wonder if that was falsified. But then the guy started showing up again. He goes, nope, blah, 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 this, that, the other thing. And then there was another time where Brian was talking about being in an accident and taking credit for a certain car being smashed up in the accident that he had supposedly walked away from. Well, apparently it wasn't his car. It was some lady's car. She had been the one that was in the accident, not him. So those were two BS stories. So I already know Brian is full of BS, no matter which way you look at it. And Mr.
Why does it
Swinger,
bother you what he's saying?
I already see what you say on Brian Cabal's page. You know, you can't post it on my page because I've removed you. I'm done with your crap. I'm not taking it anymore. Like I said, I have enough to deal with than to deal with somebody with the likes of you. Apparently, you got.
If it didn't bug you and you knew he's full of shit and all this other shit you're talking, you would fucking just brush it off.
Crap and just start garbage. And I want you to.
You mentioning it validates that it's bugging you.
Which makes him want to go harder at you. More advice.
You know, you got some apologizing to do, and you got some growing up to do before.
I think you got some apologizing to do for coming at your subscribers like this.
You will never be on my page again. And Richard Belair, you're another one. I already know what your page looks like. I've seen your picture.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know what you look like.
Oh.
So what? Are you threatening anybody?
Another fucking berry.
Keep it up, pal. That's all I got.
Oh, you left your fucking fingerprint on my channel.
And I don't care if you're not subscribed or you are. If you were, I'd remove you. Because you're another one that has the mentality of a child who likes to.
The mentality of a child. You make it back, come on my page, I'm going to remove you. That's not the mentality of a child.
I'm going to take my toys, I'm going to go home.
Right.
Okay. I've got better things to do with my time than deal with you.
No, because all you do is even with making videos complaining about these people. I mean,
all going to be
instead of letting your work speak for itself.
Yep. All right, for everybody else,
I do want to say something. So this guy goes on Fast Things videos, and Fast Things got that green car, right? That I can't think. It's a Ford. You know what I'm talking about. And he comments and he goes, "It's only worth about $300." But an all original four-door fucking rotted car is worth more than his solid Ford.
I mean, it's tit for tat, you know. He probably don't like Fast Things, so he's on there trying. Did Fast Things get all worked up about it and come out and try to kill him?
No.
I mean, exactly. That's thick skin.
But I just find it funny. His car. I just find it funny. This is my personal opinion. That Ford, that Fast Things is worth more than your car. Your car's rusted. It's rusty.
And they're gonna have to go back to fix a bunch of shit. I mean,
so that's just my opinion. You can get on here and berate me if you want.
I mean, you can get a four-door 57 probably for anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000.
And I don't care. Nobody would leave that original engine and transmission in there unless they're gonna use it for parade use.
Right. That's all. Because unless it's 100% restored, and even if it is, what's a numbers matching, you know,
Four-door Bel Air
work restored? I mean, I don't know.
Are pop rivets and fucking house siding included?
Right. I mean.
Hey, and if that is what you're capable of, that's cool. But don't go in here like burying this guy and act like you're above that, like you're God of working on stuff.
And don't blame other people. It would be like me saying, I'm poor, I'm broke, I have to work my ass off to get what I got, and it's everybody's fault. No, it's my fault because of the choices I've made in life that's put me on the path to put me where I'm at. Just like it's your choices that's put you where you're at. It's nobody else's fault for where you're at in life. So
thank you guys for watching. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Thanks to the men and women that have served. You guys are awesome. And as always, remember, poor man's speed shop forever, the rest never. Check out our friends Mako, Fast Thing, Lipstick Garage, Steel Scrapper Kingdom, and fuck you, Barry. And buddy, I hope this helped you out a little bit.